here.
It
Hey,
says we
everybody.
are.
Yeah, we're live now. So I know like every single other person in the world is live. Um, all right, I'm gonna leave this up so people that don't get to be here, don't, or can't be here, whatever, can come later. Um, we're gonna talk about harmony a little bit tonight. We have like a timeline and some pictures and some stuff that we want to talk about. So where do you want to start? Like, do you want to start with the mom, maybe? Like,
Well, all right. So I need to go to my thing.
hey, Dee Dee, Sandy, Ash, Primary, Kimberly. Hey, guys.
So the thing being this that we're looking
Mm-hmm.
at right here, so I don't lose my place, but so she is from Manchester, New Hampshire. Um, my state, not my city, but my state. And Mander brought it to my attention, and my case is the Montgomery case that I used to love so much. But
Mm-hmm.
this is completely different. And I've kind of stayed away from young children cases ever since the fucking Chris Watts case.
Oh
So,
my God. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
with like the cash granting case, even like Summer Wells, although that's unavoidable because of all
It's
the
everywhere.
shit
Yeah.
shows happening.
Yeah, I know, right?
Even people that don't like true crime are like, I'm going to be a true crimer now because I just want to see that fupa of Molly Golightly
Right. Yes.
on the
Even people
camera.
who are not
So
true crime are true crime. For hey, Sandy and Dee Dee, Batty. Um, yeah, I kind of like stumbled on this. I was like looking for something. I don't remember, and it was just like missing Harmony for 2 years, and I was like, "There's no way she's been missing for 2 years." Like I'm reading that wrong, and I was like, "Oh my god, she's missing for 2 years!" Like, how does that happen? So I got into it, and I was like super judgy about the mom at first because I'm like, "How the fuck?" But once
me
you get
too.
to know it, yeah, once you get to know it, it's kind of like, oh, like, I understand more now how it could happen, but we're gonna hey Ash, hey Kathy, how you doing? We're gonna tell you guys like how it can happen, and it's really sad. It's kind of like a slip through the cracks kind of deal, in my opinion. Um, because the dad was doing bare minimum. Like they had food and clothes, and they looked clean, and they didn't even have electric though. So I haven't seen you forever, Kathy. How you doing?
I can't see the chat, but hello, everybody.
So I guess we could start with like the mom because that's where it started, and that's where it all started was with her mom.
Yeah, so I just have up here that, she was 5 when she went missing and she would be 7 today. So it kind of like she kind of she doesn't look like my daughter, but she kind of does at the same time. Maybe it's because Rayla was premature and she's just like very petite, déjeuner, and they both have blonde hair. And I don't know, Rayla's not technically disabled or anything, but I just feel like she's very special to
Yeah,
me
she does
and
resemble Rayla. You're right. Like I never noticed
just
that.
very
Hey, Missy.
petite and
Yeah.
special, meaning obviously all children are special, but just having like that extra like fragility, like so Harmony has a disability because she's blind in her right eye. She was born that way.
Yes.
Which makes it all that much more fucking disgusting that anyone would ever treat her badly. Like she already had a little bit of a disadvantage,
Mhm.
since
Yeah.
birth. So Manchester, New Hampshire, the last time she was actually seen by anybody was the Manchester Police Department, and that was October of 2019.
Yeah.
Um, and
2019.
that's just another missing poster. We can go back to that later, but just be aware it's a very complex case, and everything keeps changing. I check Twitter like every like hour, and there's like 800 more like just little things, not major updates. So I put, key players are obviously like mom and dad, like the bio mom and dad. Um, we could go on for like an hour on each, but so her dad is Adam.
Yeah, I don't even know how she ended up with her dad because he is like a whole crazy person. It's like I don't even know how she ended up with him, but we could go over his record if you want to. I mean, we need to for people that are new to this.
Yeah, I mean, we can that will be something we'll go into, but just like a little prelim here. So he was actually the custodial parent, meaning he made all the decisions. Somehow this man got full custody of his daughter. Not like he petitioned for custody, he was fighting for his daughter's custody. He got it because the bio mom at the time was also in active addiction, and it just so happened that he just got out of the clinker. So if you're an addict and you go in the clinker and you come out of the clinker, you're usually clean and you pee clean. So
Mhm.
child protective services is going to look at, okay, we want to keep them with the family. We're either going to put them with mom or dad or whoever is closest enough. This guy is peeing clean, but what's supposed to happen is they're supposed to check the past of the person. Why was he in jail? They're supposed to follow up. So, like, if they give her to dad, what's going to happen after that for the next, 2 years? They didn't do that either. So the mom is Crystal. That's not Crystal. That's Kayla.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
stuff.
so do you want to play the interview of the mom?
Yes, do you have it pulled up?
I will.
Yeah, you guys, we're gonna watch an interview with the mom. Give you a little bit of insight into it. I feel like Kimmy's so organized. Like I need her as my secretary right now to organize my life. She's got like a Google Doc, okay? Hey Sin. Hey Pugs Washing. Yes, this is about her Pugs Washing and Sandy. Yes, she's just missing that we know of, but they did do searches like in the yard, nothing. And you know, glad to
All right.
see
I
you,
need
Sin.
to stop sharing this and I'm going to start sharing the other one.
Yes, Ash, we'll definitely get into that. Yeah, she kind of was reported missing, but it wasn't taken seriously because the dad had custody over the mom. So the mom
She'll
really,
explain it to you.
yeah, afterwards we'll watch the interview and then we can explain. I mean, I think she explains it, doesn't she? Is this where she
She
explains
does.
it?
And some of it is confirmed by, so a big thing to remember is you're dealing with two different states. You're dealing with Massachusetts, where the mom lived, and that's where Harmony was for the first part of her life. Her mom lost share tab audio. Her mom lost custody of Harmony due to her, active addiction in 2018, so a year before the last time she was seen.
Yeah.
Um, she'll explain it, but the one thing that is confirmed that she's going to talk about is whatchamacallit. Should I full screen it?
Yeah, full screen it so that they can see it.
Um, I forget what I was saying. I'm just going to hit play. Oh, the email. That's the one thing that I've confirmed so far is she talks about how she was kicking and screaming. So a lot of people are like, well, you weren't exactly doing that because blah, blah, blah. Like you're dealing with two states. So she was kicking and screaming with Massachusetts people, meaning cops and um, DCF in
Yes,
Massachusetts. And
she
they
was.
kind of just washed their hands clean with her, like, well, sorry, no,
You lost,
Adam has
basically.
custody now, and he's in New Hampshire, so we just can't do anything. So it's a whole
Yeah,
shit show, but she's gonna tell y'all about it right now.
yeah.
Who else is going to? You know, look, it happened for 2 years because I wasn't her voice, or I couldn't be, or nobody could hear me.
Where did you think Harmony was for the last
I thought
2
she
years?
was with her dad, and he was just being a jerk. Really, that's what I hoped was happening.
Can everybody hear it okay? Put a
I hear
1
it.
in
You
the
guys hear
chat.
it?
My boo boos, put a 2 if it's a no no.
But in my
I
heart,
hear
I
it.
knew something was wrong. Something was very wrong. Like, he was going to extremes to block me and make sure that I couldn't contact her or anything, or
They
even
said, can you make it a little bit louder,
his family.
Kimmy?
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at how low that is.
Oh my God.
How
Yeah.
low
Yes.
can you go? I'm sorry, you can whisper in my ear. What? Low budget
She does look
productions.
like Remy. Oh my God, Merceline.
Stop it!
She does.
Girl, I love you and I feel for you, but them brows, you gotta fix them.
Started calling DCYF, and he knew. They, he then cut them off, and then I couldn't even get information from them, because at least I could get information about what was going on through them. Couldn't even get anything from them. He literally cut anybody that questioned him about how he treated Harmony or what he was doing. He cut them off.
When was the last time you actually saw Harmony?
In a FaceTime video, like 2-3 days before Easter. I showed her her basket. I said, I'm coming in a couple days. Mommy got you a basket, I held on to that basket for a year and some change, hoping, that I'd have a chance to give it to her.
And what did she seem like when you saw her on FaceTime?
Terrified. I would say, hey, what's going on? What'd you eat for lunch? What'd you do today? Are you going to school yet? Like, how are your brothers and sisters? You got any friends? Little questions like that. I'm her mom. Like, I want to know these things. I want to know she's happy. And every time I asked these things, he would pause it and he'd tell whatever he'd say to her. I can't hear him. He'd mute it. And he'd be like, don't tell her. Da, 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 don't. Da. And she'd be like, and I'm watching her. So he'd unmute it. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why are you muting it every time I ask her a question? Why aren't you letting her talk to me? Why are you answering for her? Like, you're acting weird, Adam. I'm like, what's going on? Like, we're co-parenting. Like, you're letting me have visits. Like, what's going on? He's like, I have sole custody, sole decision making. You don't get to ask me shit. And he hangs up and blocks me. And that was the last thing I had contact with her and saw her.
So yeah, that's a key point, is that's the last time, and that's something that she's been very consistent with, is the last time that she, as like the bio mom, had contact with her. And that is scary as fuck to think about. If you're like, that's like, if I've never been addicted to anything,
Mm-hmm.
but I can only fucking imagine just like knowing a couple people in my real life, like you're probably, if you're deep into it, I can imagine your only focus is drugs and how you're going to not be sick from not taking those drugs, right? So that's like going to fill up a
Yes.
year or however long it takes you to not be addicted to the drugs anymore. You're trying to like think about going to rehab, you go to rehab, whatever. Then maybe when she has like these little moments of clarity, she's like, oh my God, how's Harmony? I'm going to reach out to Adam, who I know is a shithead and also a drug user. Hopefully I can at
Mm-hmm.
least FaceTime with her. So the
Mm-hmm.
couple of times that she did get to talk to him, he's muting her, like when she's asking her
Mm.
certain questions and
Yeah.
looking scared. Like, and for, I'm sorry, someone that is an active addiction to be like aware of that and be able to like, I think she said that she told Massachusetts, she doesn't know like who to talk to. Like she's
Right.
probably just like your normal person. It's like you guys are supposed to like help me. Like you're supposed to care about kids. Like even when I had both of my kids in the hospital, no reason for it, but like social workers would come in. Oh, especially with Rayla, because she was or whoever, she was premature. So I had a social worker come in. I'm like, what's going on? Am I being, is this a YouTube thing right now?
Well, like, yeah,
um,
I can speak as like, okay, so thank God I got clean before I had my kids, okay? But I know that like I helped raise my nieces, okay? And I know what that was like. Just my nieces. And it is that you're only focused. And then when you get clean, it is like your brain wakes up. Your brain's like been like dope, 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 drugs, drugs, drugs. And then you wake up and you realize all the shit you fucked up. Thank God I didn't have kids at that time, but I can definitely empathize with her, you know, eh, like everybody wants to be so quick to judge addicts, but it just happens sometimes. Shit happens, and then you get clean, and you're like, yes, I'm finally gonna talk to my baby. I'm gonna build a relationship with her. Hey, just Angel, and come to find out, like her. The dude's acting all weird and he won't let your kid talk to you. And then she just fucking goes missing and nobody will listen to you because you're an addict and he's the fucking parent and you're battling two states, not just one. Like, I cannot fucking imagine.
Yeah, she talks about how they give her the runaround and everything in a minute.
Her at all.
What made you call the police before Christmas?
It was a couple weeks. I had called right after he stopped talking to me, but I was talking to my therapist and I was telling her like, listen, this is affecting my mental health. I can't sleep. I'm super depressed. Like, my son's well taken care of, but me personally, I was really sad, like something right here all the time, just telling me like, you got to get her, and I said to my therapist, I said, no one's hearing me. I've made reports. I've talked to desk people at DCF office because I didn't have a certain extension because Demetrius wasn't on the case anymore, which was the person that was supposed to remove her that didn't. He knew Adam personally. He was Adam's DC.
Yeah. I mean, we probably won't have time to get into every little rabbit hole tonight, but I found some shit on him today too.
Oh my
And
god. Ugh, what?
Mhm.
I didn't catch that part when I listened. The social worker for Child Protective Services was supposed to remove the child from him, didn't, and he had a personal relationship with Adam, like you knew him. Oh hell.
Yeah.
Mm, that's messy. That's not
He's
good.
DYS counselor. So he was a conflict of interest from the beginning. So the 3 times they were supposed to remove her, they didn't because he knew him personally. And then I got word when Mauricio had reached out to me and said, I was told you had made past reports. And then they started asking me questions about Harmony. And I said, I still haven't seen or heard from her, nothing. And didn't hear anything. The guy I have all the text messages from the guy basically doing nothing. So I reached out to the mayor and I said,
So this is a big thing too, because a lot of people will, like I originally did when, like day one, when I was just like being Judgy McJudgerton, and I was like, bitch, come on, you've had 2 years, you can't tell me you all of a sudden now care about her. But the reason a lot of people are thinking that, not so much now it's like 50-50 because they've like listened to her and more time to ingest stuff, but she is telling all these people certain things. She's not going to remember, like, to be quick with the receipts and be like, oh yeah, so on this day, and here's the screenshot and here's the email that I sent. She's a fucking addict. Like, she's disheveled. She's just trying to find her kid
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
She's probably saying certain things like, oh yeah, I talked to so and so. Like, nobody knows who that is. Are you talking about Massachusetts DCF or are you talking about Manchester Lieutenant Barney? Like, who are you talking about? Who are you referring to, ma'am? But she you can't just pull that crap out of your butt. Like, she remembers a couple of times that she reached out to people here and there while being an addict or in recovery. It's like, same thing. So I feel like if she was able to get like her text messages, she says she has them. So if you look on like the news articles that they're putting out, like just local ones, it's like, well, we reached out to so and so at the Manchester Police Department. They said their only contact with her was November of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that is because she threatened you with the media. That's the email
Yes.
that came out.
Yeah.
There's phone calls that were made. Do you think that she was like, I'm going to record this phone call to DCF in Massachusetts in 2019 of me reaching out just asking about my daughter? Like, she doesn't think to like record shit ahead of time
No, and
because
she was
she's just
just fresh
calling to
out
get
of
information.
yeah, and she also was just fresh out of rehab, like, she, wasn't that long clean, and probably just thought like she said, she thought he was just being a dick, like, a baby daddy that didn't wanna, her to be involved in the kid's life, and I just I really feel bad for her. Like, I know that she did some stuff wrong, but she also did some stuff right, and nobody would listen to her. So, you know.
Well, one of those things, and we'll get into that in a little bit after we listen to this, maybe a very selfless thing that she did was her other child. So she has a total of 3 children, one being Harmony, one being Jameson, who is Harmony's younger brother. And around the same time that she lost custody of Harmony, um, she was able to get him adopted out to a really loving family. They're actually like a gay couple, I think out in DC maybe, but one of the 2 men is a like a news anchor for like 25 News or something. And that's been getting this case a lot of media attention, like especially on Twitter, because like they keep posting videos of him, and he like since day one he's like, well, where's Harmony? Because they were in foster care technically for I think like a couple months together, and there's a lot of pictures of them like with their toys playing together, and he still remembers her, which is like really heartbreaking. But that, as a mom, like knowing, like having like the wherewithal to be like, I'm gonna be a shitty mom for a little bit, and you guys are obviously gonna take way better care and give my son a better life.
Yeah, yeah, I give
If
her
she was a piece
credit.
of shit, in my opinion, she would be like, nah, like he's
Yeah, she'd be like,
mine.
"Yeah, he's mine." Because it is you wanna be selfish and keep the baby, but she knew that she couldn't do anything for him, and after this, we're gonna play where her little brother's, like, pleading for her to come home, and it is heartbreaking. It's so sad. Oh, this whole case, it breaks my fucking heart. Because I just know a lot of
I
girls
think
like her that not like this, but I mean a lot of girls that were in addiction when they had kids, you know what I mean? And it's just, sad. It's so sad. Ugh.
yeah, and I don't think there's any family on her side really. I mean, maybe, but you would think like if you had like a mom or an Aunt Linda or a Sister Sally, like someone would step in and be like, "No, I'll take her. Fuck you, Adam. Like you ain't getting your paws
Yeah.
on her."
Yeah, I
Shot someone
wonder
in
what
the face.
right, exactly. Shot someone in the fucking
We didn't
face.
even get into that yet, so we
Oh
got to
my
get through
god.
her.
Oh, okay,
It's
let's watch the interview. Why don't Can you put it on
yeah,
1.25 and see if it's too fast?
hell yeah.
Listen, if you guys don't help me find my daughter, because DCYF and DCF and Mass dropped the ball on this one, let her slip through the cracks. I said, I'm going straight to the media. I don't care. It was like hours later, I got a phone call from the police in Manchester. And I had already called the Manchester police. They told me I couldn't file a missing persons report because he had physical custody of her. So they said, like, they told me go to court. And
One thing real quick is with my like obsession with the Maura Murray case, good luck, honey, with the New Hampshire State Police or any police in New Hampshire.
file a petition to get custody. So I go there and they tell me if it's a DCYF open case, then I can't go there and go to court. So they were running, like, sent me around for busy work, you know what I mean, while they were trying to figure out how to cover their butt. And it was just, when they knew I couldn't do anything at the courthouse, but they still sent me over there, you know what I mean? And then, the cops called me and they're like, we're completely involved now. DCYF told me this is really suspicious, blah, blah. And then it came on the news.
Have you ever seen Adam be violent?
Yeah, when I was in a relationship with him, he used to choke me. I was pregnant with her, he choked me. Like all kinds of stuff. If you did more than him, he'd choke you. If you were texting and he didn't want you to, or somebody he didn't like, he would do whatever. He uses his intimidation and manipulation to get what he wants. Always has.
Have you ever seen him be violent towards Harmony?
Towards her, not me seeing this, but we had a play therapist that she had while he was getting visits when I had custody of her, and even my play therapist had made a
This is interesting. I'm going to slow it down because it's important. I forgot about this. She said play therapy. So, like, you guys
Dolls and
know
stuff.
where she's
Yeah.
going. Show me on this doll where he hurt you.
Made a
Yeah.
report before he got custody, mind you. I still had custody of her at this point. The play therapist made a report of abuse, saying there was definite abuse going on in the house during visits. And when she told me that, I completely never let him have visits with her again, you know, because Nan was supervising them, and there was like once or twice where she had doc's appointments and stuff, so she wasn't there the whole time. And he's short-tempered, you know, so he, you know, as soon as he gets a second or loses his temper, he's gonna hit her, you know. And my daughter is she's just like me, you know. She talks a lot and she's excited, and she's smart, you know. She kind of even thinks she might even know a little bit more than you know, even though she doesn't. But that's just her, and she's just beautiful like that. But I just don't ever see someone getting so angry to where they bash her around the house, as he said. You know, I just don't understand. If that was the case and that's what you planned on doing with her, why go for custody?
No
Spite me.
shit.
To spite me. That's all it was. It was never for love for Harmony.
Did he ever
It's not like you're getting a shit ton of cheeseburger money, honey, either, because when I looked at the reports, probably won't get to them tonight because this is long ass. I think so. The stepmom, Adam's new wife, she was still, even after she clearly wasn't even like at the house, like there was no reports of her. So from like 2019 on, she had been putting her down as like a benefit, you know, to get like a welfare money. Like I think it was $125 a month. Like, woo! What are you gonna buy with that? Fucking nothing. Like, so what is the point? Like his uncle
Yeah.
Kevin, who we definitely have to make a point to like give a shout out to him because he is one of the other people other than Crystal that reached out to DCF and you know actually filed a report, and another person that got cut off, blocked. Like anyone that questioned him with Harmony, like even just like, hey, how's Harmony, blocked. Like
Yeah. He wouldn't let talk
he
to
was
anybody.
completely isolating. He didn't want, because he was obviously doing shady shit play.
Mm-hmm.
ever speak
Yes, he was.
negatively of Harmony?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'd say, when I talked to him, you know, I'm like, so what was going on at the visits? You know, like I questioned him about what the therapist had said. Hence telling him no more visits, because he was blowing on my phone. He was supposed to pick her up and I didn't answer. Then he showed up to the sober house in Roxbury making a scene, and the director was like, we'll call the cops on you, you know? And I told him, this is why you're doing extreme punishments to her. She all kinds of stuff like that the therapist had gotten out of her just by playing dolls in the dollhouse. Imagine. I was horrified. I was like, no. I told DCF, and that was that. Like
How is it
months later, they
possible-
hand over custody.
How is it possible she got to stay with him after all of
I
that?
don't understand. I still don't understand to this day. I had a court date on the same day of that hearing for Jameson's adoption. So I sent over to get a continuance from the courthouse saying, hey, we need a different court date. I can't cut myself in half. They denied my continuance and just handed him over custody because they wanted to wash their hands of the case.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were done with it. It was the lady said it was open 4 years too long.
Tag, you're it.
So I know. Oh, sorry. Can I hold it this way?
Oh, sorry.
Say one spot. Yeah, okay.
I was trying to get out the wind.
No,
It was
know.
like,
I
whew.
only have 2 more questions, and we'll be back.
I don't know where he is. He needs to just come give me my coat.
This day that she was doing this interview, like I'm in the same state, like I said, like probably 30 minutes away. And it was like 5 degrees early in the morning, and it was like 9 degrees when she did this interview, and she's not even wearing a jacket.
Oh hell, she was probably freezing. Poor
I know.
thing.
I mean, these are tough questions to ask.
Her
Mom,
titties
do
are
you think
freezing.
Harmony's alive?
I still believe she's here. I think he has her with either like his mother that no one knows really anything about.
Yeah, his mom. But what was I just about to say? I can't stop looking at her eyebrows.
Because she never raised him, you know. But I think he would call his mom or hit her up on Facebook and say, I'm in real bad trouble. I need you to take her. You're the only one that no one knows. You know what I mean? I feel like she's still here. I would know, man. Like I said before.
That's what it is. She keeps talking about her the entire time. In any like public appearance, she talks to Brian Enton like through text message, obviously. And she talks to some other people that are on Twitter. When they just ask her questions and they ask if it's okay to share like a statement from her or whatever, she always has referred to her in the present tense. Like if she was shady and if she had something to do with it or whatever, like she would say, I have no, it would just be different. Like she just is very, which is good. It's like she's very hopeful and she still refers to her as, she's
Here,
still
yeah.
around.
Yeah. She does. I've never heard her say like is, was,
My
anything
mother
in the
knows.
past tense.
Yeah.
You know when your baby's not here anymore. You literally you feel it the day it happens. And yeah, I've woken up with panic attacks and woke up calling family members freaking out because like I just have a terrible feeling all the time. But I don't. It's not a feeling of that she's not here anymore.
With his violent past
I
and
hope.
addiction, I mean, do you think he could have?
I feel like he sold her. I think he sold her
Oh
because
my
the same
God.
week that they're saying this happened, the day after Thanksgiving to December 6th, was the week after my son legally got adopted on the news. You know what I mean? And he knew what my son looked like. He, that's my daughter's brother, So he saw that. And I really think it's connected. I think like he got that idea from seeing that and was like, oh, I can do it illegally, because not for nothing, right around the same time, human trafficking was at an all-time high. So was Oregon harvesting, which I don't even want to go there, but at least if he sold it to.
I just want to point out that it's, even though she's thinking this, she later in another interview somewhere says that's actually like at the bottom of her list. The first thing on her list is she really thinks that Harmony could be with a family member that's hard to find, like his mom. Like nobody knows where she lives. It's like a rumor that she lives in a cabin in the woods, like off the grid type of shit. And
Oh my God. Scary.
yeah, so that's like her first theory, and that's why she thinks that she's still alive. She's
She,
said like, if even though they didn't have a good relationship, like he didn't really talk with his mom.
yeah.
She said that in binds in the past, probably because of like drugs and stuff like that, like he would save those emergency phone calls for his mom. So she thinks I couldn't find it before the live, but she does say at one point, like, oh, if he was like, oh my God, like someone's got to take her or she's going to get taken or whatever, he would call her. So come on, let's go, MG. I'll find her mom. Just kidding. Don't come anywhere near this case,
No.
bitch. I'll come for
No.
you.
No
it to a
MGL.
family that legally can adopt or something, there's still hope that she's at least safe somewhere.
Do you feel any guilt?
Oh yeah, every day. I played a part in this. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm innocent. Like I'm a recovering addict. Like when I gave birth to her, I didn't know nothing about being a parent. I didn't know nothing about getting in recovery, but I never stopped trying. I always went into program after program after program, trying to, prove to her and my family that I wasn't going to stop until I got better, and I just, especially when I kept reaching out to Adam, kept reaching out. Like I even was like, I even wanted to show him like, look how far I've come. Yeah, there's a lot of shame and guilt, that come with this. But it's not gonna set me back. It's gonna motivate me to keep fighting for her and keep looking for her, because if I can't speak for her, who else is going to? Look, it happened for 2 years because I wasn't her voice, or I couldn't be, or nobody could hear me. I just want people to hear me and come forward and tell us something, because somebody knows something. It's a fact. Like someone knows something, and either they're too afraid to get in trouble or whatever, but someone knows something.
And just my last question: the search happening at the house now.
They're just scouring for any type of anything.
Do you
Really.
think there's something at that house?
No, I don't have a feeling like there's. I get these crazy intuitions. I always have, and I don't have any type of intuition about that house. I feel like they're wasting time, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. I'm also hoping as well, that there's nothing. So
So that's the end of that. They actually did find nothing at the house, according to the Manchester Police Department.
Yeah, there's nothing there. They did, the homeowner now is totally cooperative. I kind of want to show pictures of the house, which I can pull that up. Hold on. This is like the house when they lived there because there was multiple, like, there was DCF was there a lot. So, how many times was there? I just read that. Oh, hold on.
The
Let me get
student
it
that
pulled up.
Hammy had to watch her baby brother all the time.
Sorry,
Yeah,
my stuff is so slow.
we're gonna. Well, hopefully
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
yeah,
We
I
should
kind of
be able
think that
to.
she was probably, or he was probably in trouble. Yeah, and whatever we don't get to today, my computer's too slow for this. So I'm gonna have to do it this way. Hold on, let me mute for a second. Hold on.
There could be like, I can't even tell you, like so many. Just in the week that I have like dug into this, there's way too much for like a little girl like this. Like it should be cut and dry, but oh, sweet baby. Did you
Okay,
share
yeah,
the
this is
audio?
her brother. Let me take everything off the screen. Not yet, or I did, but I don't have it like playing yet. I want to get it full screen first. This is the little brother. Okay, hold on. Let me get the audio up.
Jameson.
Harmony, it's me, your brother. I hope I see you soon.
Mm.
Harmony, it's me, your brother. I hope I see you soon.
Heartbreaking. Mm, that's so sad. Okay, let me pull this other video up. I have
All
to
right,
do it
while
like
you
a
pull
weird
that
way.
up,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the little girl's room.
Okay, that's fine. I'll talk to the chat. While I pull this up,
The little girl's room.
the little girl. Are you a little girl? Okay. Um. Yeah, it's so sad. Like, I just like, I don't know. I try to put myself in her shoes, like as a recovering addict, or just as a human being, as a mom. Like, I know that she made mistakes. She knows she made mistakes, but like, uh, can you imagine just not knowing anything about where your kid's at like that? Like, now this video doesn't have sound. Hold on one second. Okay, this video doesn't have sound. I just wanted to show you guys, like, because I do want your guys' opinion. I'm like, all right, let me pull it up. I think that the house, the reason they left her at the house was, yeah, I mean, it was a little bit messy, obviously, and a little bit cluttered, and the fridge needed cleaned out, but like they had food, okay, but they didn't have electricity, okay? They were, it was like plugged in with like a generator in the back. So here, let me play this, and you guys can tell me what you think. Let me full screen it. Oh, it is full screen. All right, I'll slow it down. There's the generator. Okay. There's like I guess the living room. I mean, yeah, it's really cluttered right there. There's the wires. That's actually what freaks me out worse than anything. If you guys can see that, that's the wires. And then there's the living room again. Hold on. All right,
I
there's the
mean,
fridge and go ahead.
that
What were
is
you gonna say?
gross. That no, I'm
Yeah,
just
it needs
saying,
cleaned out.
keep in mind, like when I knew that the pictures were about to be like blasted, I was like, oh, I'm thinking hoarders, dirty diapers, uh, fucking heroin needles all over the place because these people are drug addicts, right? And they're horrible people. So you're like, oh shit, like, but so these pictures are not from the girl that was just talking, that's the bio mom. This was not her house. This is the house of Adam, the dad, who is in custody, and his like estranged whatever wife. And they had 2, possibly 3 kids together other than Harmony. So this is their home that got the most of the police calls, DCF calls, and all that stuff. So if I did almost become a social worker like 5 years ago. And if I were to walk into a house like this, there'd be like safety concerns, and you would like make that in your report, but that's not grounds to get a kid taken away. And that's all I'm going to say. Like, first glance walking in, this one visit by itself, not knowing the dad's past, his history, anything like that. It's obviously like at first glance, it's a shithole. Like, I like a clean fridge, but you know, sometimes milk gets spilled and everything. But what the fuck are those Market Basket bags? There's like rotten eggs probably in that carton, but there is food in there, and there's milk,
There,
and
yeah, there
there's,
is.
you
Like,
know,
I feel like that fridge is stocked. She probably, like most social workers, probably would have just referred her to get her services. At the most, they're overpacked right now, though. Like they have so many cases, they probably would have said, clean it up a little bit. Life gets hectic. Like,
that cord on the floor is a safety hazard. That clutter that you have stocked up. Like, I'm a clutter person in certain rooms of my house, especially when you have 2 kids and your baby doesn't like ever crawl out of your asshole. It's hard to organize stuff when your baby's up your ass. So I can't imagine like also having a drug problem and trying to get your house clean, because that's like a big thing with, you know, depending on what drug you're on. If you're like a meth user, they love to clean shit. So I wonder what drug they're
well,
on.
well, yeah, at first they love to clean stuff, but you do get to a point where you don't love to clean anymore. Like, like it consumes you just like heroin. But I
Dee Dee,
mean,
I was thinking that shit.
I want to
I
address
almost said it.
yeah, at least there's no lock on the fridge. I mean, pugs wash them. We all have those moments as moms, like where you're just not proud of your behavior. You kind of, freaked out about something little. You yelled when you shouldn't have, or I. That's what I'm saying. Like she's a human being, and she did try for 2 years to get her back. All right, I'm gonna go to the next pictures. Hold on. Why does it keep doing that? Ugh, annoying. All right, hold on. So there's the fridge. Okay, that's the counters. Like they're not.
I
Look, the
see Lysol wipes right there. That's
yeah.
disinfectant wipes.
Yeah, disinfectant wipes. There is
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here because I really know that they fucked up. So I'm trying to pretend like I'm trying to give them some grace here. But I
yeah, I
mean, was it
mean,
Halloween? Why was there a jack-o'-lantern on the fucking stove? I mean, and that's like honestly, that's like a scooter or something. It's a little girl's room and it's messy and you didn't get to cleaning it. Like each room, like when you get to the bathroom pick, it's
I
like
mean,
that's
look,
clean to me. Like it's not a nice looking bathroom, but it's
love you,
I don't
Lanky.
know.
Right, like okay, so there's curtains, there's like a nice little dresser, a bed, a little dollhouse. Um, because I think maybe at first they did provide her with some kind of decent life, but they might have like gotten back on drugs because look, they have curtains and a little dresser and a little laundry basket, a
The
dollhouse, a
paint job
bed.
on the wall, they tried. They did like a little accent thing
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, her stuff is like up high, like paint and stuff. It looks like maybe I can't see it really well, but look, she's got a little bed and it's got like sheets on it. And I know that that's stuff that workers look for, to make sure like there's sheets on
Mhm.
the bed and just, I mean, okay, let's go to the next one. There's Harmony. See, look at the background. There's just like a play mat and you know what I mean? Like there, let's say
Yep.
maybe, I don't know, a couch or something, but it's like the carpet's clean. Okay, so here's the living room. The fan is tipped over, and they don't have electric. They're living off of a generator. For those of y'all that don't know, they didn't have electric, and that is noted. There's like a pack and play. I mean, this could all be picked up and swept within 10 minutes, realistically. That's all 10 minutes worth of work. Or in my house, I go really fast because I have to. Um, it's not like an all day job. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Okay. So this is what is kind of concerning to me. But then again, when the triplets were little, I had a double pack, what they call double pack and play. It's huge, and I would put their play mats, but it was neatly, their little things they like has a little bar at the top and they hit the little animals and everything. Those were like
Mhm.
in there. And when then as they got older, I would put like things like when I was cleaning, like their toys that could make a mess that have the little blocks inside of them and
Oh
crap.
yeah,
Like
it's a little catch-all, like a countertop.
yes, like that's why I ended up starting to take my pack and play down because it was like a catch-all. But like, look over here on the couch. That is like, what the hell is that? It looks like a stool, and you see all these wires. Freak me the frick out. Just being honest, they do.
See, this is a different picture, I think, because I've seen the same picture and it was less messy and it had a Dunkin' Donuts cup like actively spilled over on the couch. Like, come on, man.
Oh my god, I didn't see that one. Hey, Katie. Hey, Katie. Hold on. All right, let's go through them one more time. Now the fridge picture. Yeah, I mean, it definitely needs clean, but like people said, life gets busy. I mean, there's eggs, there's chocolate milk, white milk, butter, baby food, jelly, condiments. I'm just trying to, like Kimmy said, see both sides of that. And the counters are clean, Lysol wipes. So I can see why maybe
That
like
one time out of
yeah,
what,
yeah.
26? That
Right.
wasn't CPS either. Was that? I still don't remember if that was CPS or
Hey,
DCF
sour girl.
pictures or if that was Manchester Police Department pictures. But either way, obviously it was documented. So I'm thinking it was CPS because the cops really just go to make sure that everyone's okay, and then if they're not, you refer it to DCF.
Yeah, and there are steps and like a process. So like I don't know about there, but in Ohio, there's like a worker that comes out to see if the case needs to be open, and then a worker will come. Like if it's an emergency, of course they'll call the cops and DCF right then. You know what I mean? But I'm guessing DCF took them. Ash. Sh- Wait. Yes, she did doxing, search up IP addresses, checking people's arrest stuff. Who are you talking about, Sapphire? Oh no. I don't know who Sapphire's talking about. Hold on.
Wait a
Laura
minute.
learned from Fish. Oh, Laura. Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
the
She is.
account with
What
the
account?
tongue
No, I don't think so. I think that's a
with
different
Makeup
one.
Mobster? Oh, my bad.
There's
All right, we're
another
gonna get into
Sapphire
Daddy
girl.
Dickhead or what? Because Daddy
Yeah,
Dickhead could be another hour.
we could do Daddy Dickhead tonight, and then like maybe tomorrow, because Kimmy and I are both so busy. We could either do a live or do a private live and just like release it. However, whatever works better. But we need to go into daddy tonight, I feel like, and maybe like the girlfriend is still getting methadone at the ex-girlfriend at the jail, and I kind of feel like they're doing that to like keep her talking.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think that's
Jane.
why they ended up searching the backyard because the timing was they had her on welfare fraud. Let me pull up her picture real quick, actually. Share screen. My stupid little project I did. This one. So Kayla is stepmom. We already did Crystal, who is the bio mom. So this
Mhm.
one is get out of here, Crystal. You've had your time to shine. Now it's Kayla's turn. So
Skills
she's
turn.
the stepmom. That's
Mhm.
like how it started, how it's going. How it started, how it's going. She was claiming, even though Harmony was definitely not living in that home that we were just looking at for a year and a half at least, she was still claiming her ass so she could get a measly $145 a month
Did she get
cheeseburger
the
money.
stimulus too? Like, sorry, but did she get the
She
stimulus
did. She
too?
got some stimmies. She got the pandemic. It said not including supplement money for pandemic
Oh
assistance.
my
So I'm
god,
sure
that's
they got all sorts of cheeseburger money for a ghost kid. Not a ghost meaning dead, but phantom
yeah, a kid
kid,
that's not
pretend kid.
there with
They
her.
probably
Yeah.
fucking had a fucking life-size Barbie and they're like, yeah, it's me, Harmony.
Oh my
Ugh.
god, that's so
Anyways,
fucked up. They're pieces of Now the dad and the girlfriend, they are pieces of shit. I'm sorry. Like I judge the fuck out of them. I don't judge the mom, like I said, like we all make mistakes, but the dad and the girlfriend, fuck them forever. So
well, maybe once we get into Daddy Dickhead, I mean, it's like I have the most sympathy, I guess, for the mom.
mhm.
Medium sympathy for Kayla once you get into Daddy Dickhead, who you have zero fucks to give because he's a
Yeah,
piece of shit,
0.
and we're gonna get into it. So Kayla, the one we were just talking about, and Daddy Dickhead are both currently in custody. And I heard they were both at first getting whatchamacallit. Now I gotta share this screen. Hold on. They're both getting treatment at the clinic at first. Now it might just be Kayla, but it's interesting that they went and talked to Kayla. She was on all those they had her for the welfare charges, and then all of a sudden they're in the backyard with tarp, like melting the ground to thaw it out to search the backyard. Like obviously something that she was trying to tell them made them want to look in the
Yeah,
backyard.
it was
So
interesting timing for sure. Yeah, you're right. Oh, let me remove
spite
this other
from
one.
dad.
Hold on.
Bombshell tonight. I used to listen to Nancy Grace all the time. She started her podcast.
I love Nancy and everybody hates her and I'm like, I still love her. I'm a weirdo. I love
Well,
Nancy.
she gets a little weird sometimes. She gets a little
Yeah, I
off her
mean,
cracker.
yeah, she's a little nuts sometimes and I have enough of her. Um, I don't know, Dee Dee, but I don't know. The dad is a whole fucking
See,
nother.
this reminds me of my daughter. Like those
She
little first day of
does.
school pics.
Yeah, like I did not realize it until you said it, but that definitely looks like your daughter. Like that could be your daughter. That's fucking weird, okay?
And it's like, and again, if you're a DCF person, maybe they are looking at social media to like look at any pictures posted. Like I would look at that picture and be like, oh yeah, she's dressed nice. Hello. Like obviously you're not a piece of shit if your kid has like okay clothes and not in rags. Like what are they?
Ugh,
Is that the
I
standard? Like what do they need to be like, could I have some more, sir? Could I have some soup, please? I'm starving.
Okay,
Like,
so wait, Sapphire Blue said, Mandy Lynn, I've been confused with another Sapphire Blue, and they said I was Pepper, but I'm not that person. I know.
oh shit.
Yeah, I know. They've been around for a while. They're like, they know about Boyd and stuff, but I knew that that wasn't you. I knew that wasn't that account because I think that account is like either changed their name or blocked on both of my things. So I knew it wasn't you. I got you.
I didn't, and I apologize.
It's okay.
Back to the case. Okay, so might have to do some dramatic reading here. So this talks about his long ass criminal record. Blah blah blah. So he wanted custody, like the mom was saying, like, why bother going for custody if you're just gonna treat her like shit? So prior to her even being born, prior to him even meeting the bio mom, his criminal record includes an armed attack on 2 female victims that he held up with a gun at a Malden apartment. Where's J-Mac? Because I feel like he would be very beneficial to this story because she has already mentioned Roxbury, and now this article mentions Malden. So these are all just like trash garbage places because I grew up in Massachusetts and I'm in New Hampshire.
Yeah,
So
I don't know
I
how
got the best of
Bassett
both
was.
worlds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's not a good place. That's like,
Malden's okay. It's just like, like a butthole of Boston. Like Boston has a couple butthole cities that like surround it. And they're just it's fucking Malden and Roxbury. Like you just
Yeah.
get a bunch of heroin Harrys, and that's what I call them. Just a lot of riffraff type of people.
Yes, Brandy. Yes. Yep. Dad's in custody.
Yeah. They got him actually on, surprisingly, because I was like, oh, they probably just got him on some like bunk charge of like drugs or something. But it's actually related to basically he got in trouble for not having his child, Harmony, in his custody at the time of, them being like, hey, where's your kid? He's like, they're like, okay, you're not going to tell us where your kid is. You don't know where she is. Okay, well, you're in trouble now because you're the custodial parent. And they got him on that. And they also got him on an assault and battery charge on a minor being his own
Hey,
daughter. He's a
Roman.
fucking
Wow. So they
asshole.
actually, yeah, I thought that.
Bro,
Okay.
dad.
Before we get into this, that there was an uncle. Hopefully, we'll have time to play that. That that was like
Yeah, we have to.
trying to get their attention. He reported it. Like, if nothing else, I have all of the we have all of the damn arrest things. I can throw a video together before I go to bed, at least to put that part out tonight if we don't get to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just his prior shit was armed attack on 2 female victims, held up with a gun at a Malton apartment in 2008, armed robbery, assault and battery, dangerous weapon. Also, so this is the biggest one, and this is the one that I'm like, how the fuck could you put a fucking dog in this person's custody and supervision? Shot a man in the head during a heroin deal gone bad. So what happened was the person that he shot in the face didn't die.
Okay, yeah, I didn't
And
catch the part.
it's not confirmed, but so this was in Haverhill, Massachusetts, where it happened. And just like doing some like digging and like talking to some people, what happened that day was, when he was in jail, they got the poor kid that survived the incident to basically say, well, yeah, and also it was kind of my fault too, because I went to go grab the gun and it went off. So that they probably scared this poor kid into saying like, I'm trying to get a fucking lesser charge, motherfucker. You better fucking make me look good.
Oh my god, yeah, probably.
Something like that. So simple assault, curfew violation, burglary. He has a shit ton of stalking charges that really perked my ears up. Burglary, followed a girl, took her cell phone, told another female friend to punch her. So a lot of his shit kept getting thrown out, pleaded down, must have had good lawyers. Where to get the money for that? I don't know, selling heroin.
Probably.
So he also pulled a knife out on his 15-year-old girlfriend.
Oh my god.
Criminal threatening, only given a year behind bars. He also stabbed a teen in the leg before pushing him out of a moving car. He was arrested and charged with first-degree assault and reckless conduct. Blah, blah, blah. Threatening this, threatening that, shooting in the face this.
Shooting in the face that.
So that's like that's a very nice picture I wanted to share earlier, but I couldn't find it, of Crystal and Harmony. That's the bio mom, not the trash garbage stepmom. So despite all of that, New Hampshire gave her over to Adam, took her away from, so you got like Crystal, who's like, I'm just going through it, man. I'm probably not going to be the best mom right now. Can you give me a chance? And you heard her say, something about the court date. She's like, I just need a little bit more time. And they're like, nope, going to Adam, daddy dickhead. Shot a man in the face. Did 18 months. Going to daddy.
No, well, here they actually have like rehabs that are for the mom and the child, and like you can take your kid with you and they live like a normal life there. It's like that you get to live up there, be a mom, and be in recovery. There's nurses, doctors, and I'm just shocked that with how many addicts there are, there's not stuff like that in other. But I guess I always hear of cases where there's not anything like that. But not this wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Like this wouldn't have fucking happened if there was something like that.
Well, there is that one thing that I think I have it.
Oh, Kimmy accidentally booted herself. Kimmy, come back. She has all the stuff. Yeah, like here they have where you can, you go to rehab and you have your kid, and it is controversial, but it's like, I don't know. It would be way better for the kid. So, come back, Kimmy. Do you need the link again? Or, well, you have like power to just come on the StreamYards. So you should be good. Yeah, it is messed up. Like, because I understand, like, if somebody's in active addiction, they can't be the best mom. But if there's nurses and doctors and all of that, I just think like they could, something like that. I'm always shocked when I hear that there is nothing like that. So, um, Brandy, that's a really good question. Let me add Kimmy back. I added you back, Kimmy. I hope that's okay.
Well, I mean, that was embarrassing. I'm not even
It's okay.
drunk.
I'm
Like
not
last
even
time I
drunk.
was live.
It's okay. I've done that so many times. Or like my live last time, oh my god, it was a disaster. But
No, wait, I did do that to myself when I was live last time for like fucking 40 minutes. You
yeah,
guys
and you
had to
weren't.
carry it.
Yeah, and you weren't even there was, and then you like stayed live last time. Um, do you know how long the custodial parent has to reveal the child? Like how long would they give him before they start looking at other charges? Do you know? If not, I can look that up tonight. That's a good question, Brandy.
Do you know how long the custodial parent has to reveal the location? Um,
Was there like a time limit, or is it just
no,
whenever?
I mean he's being asked by DCF specifically where your kid at, and he's literally pulling what's his face in the Kelsey Barrett case, a
Yeah,
Patrick Swayze, or what's his face, old
Patrick
Ma
Swayze.
Fraze. Um, the one good thing I miss about Oni, other than the swatting and shit,
Oh my
was his
god.
coverage of that because he was funny. Um, old Ma Fraze. Um, yeah.
I don't know if there is a time limit. I'm curious now too. Like,
Well, no, I mean the circumstances with this are so like complex. Like he is in the clinker. Um, I don't even know if that's allowed. Maybe it's like a state to state type of thing. Like I know that
mhm.
if say my husband and I like divorced and for some reason he got sole custody of the kids and in like a month I'm like, "Hey, how the kids doing?" And he's like, "Hard block." And I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
what?" And I drive
What?
around like Crystal did, like drive around the neighborhood where I think he's living and blah, blah. Like, and I report it to DCF and they're like, "Go to court, bitch. Not our problem. It's yours. Pass the potato, hot potato." Um,
So Kathy is in the chat and she's a lawyer and she said if he does not answer, a court can hold him in contempt for as long as the court wants and he can claim the fifth. So it is
he is in
very
contempt of court. He is. He already is.
okay, so yeah, and he can just keep claiming the fifth, and I guess we're just gonna be like, huh, what's going on? Nobody's gonna know anything. I guess that's just
Well,
how
he's
it's gonna
still in there and he's not making bail because, and maybe that's why they're working the Kayla angle, his
was
ex-wife,
X. Yeah.
estranged wife, whatever. Because do you know that we didn't get to this part either? Is that when he was found, like, and arrested,
Mhm.
he wasn't even with Kayla, who I thought he was with. She done
No.
got a restraining order on his ass with her
Yeah.
mom because he
Yep.
was like stalking them after they split up or whatever, and he was actually with his new boo-boo who's from Maine. So he's just like traveling all up the East Coast.
Yeah, he's more worried about Poontang than his fucking kid. Like, oh my god.
J-Mac
Yeah,
needs to be a part of this.
yeah. I feel like J Mac could really add
He'd
a
have
lot
some
to this
explosive
kid.
commentary.
Oh my god, it would be like Turtle Boy. I'd be ducking and hiding, like it's not me. Like I'm just kidding. Oh my god. I think that like, yeah, I have an interview with Kevin. I think saved. If you guys want to watch that before we go. Maybe. I forgot I can't really screen share. Fuck. Well, okay, so Kevin is the uncle, right? That's his name, right? Uncle Kevin. And
Yeah, I'll pull it
he
up while you're talking.
okay, we're gonna watch real quick before we go. Um God, it's already been an hour and I feel like we barely even touched anything because there's just so much. But he did like I said before, he did try to report it. He did he got blocked, he got taken out of her life for asking questions. Like he did see stuff that was wrong with
He is
everything.
the main reason why Adam is in jail right now, because one of the charges is assault and battery on a minor, and they're going by that report made by Kevin saying, and that's actually the last time. It was a family squabble in October of 2019,
Yeah, last time she
where
was seen.
Kevin saw Harmony with a black eye.
Yeah, okay. Police said Harmony was last seen October 29th at an unspecified Manchester residence. Okay. Aldenberg was asked to name a specific street last week, but he said he was not at liberty to release that information. Authorities saw Harmony during a call for service at the property that was involved in Manchester police, he said. That call to, to service was handled at the last time she has been seen here in the city of Manchester, Aldenberger said. I'm not saying that she has not been seen somewhere else. I'm just focusing on the last time she was seen in the city of Manchester. So that's the last time she was seen by the cops is October of 2019. Um and these police reports, I can put a video out before we go to bed and then we could like go over them tomorrow if we have time, but there's just so much here.
All right, I almost have it pulled up. I had to dig.
Okay, and I'm going to read Crystal's statement real quick cuz okay. This was from the bio mom. As a mother who has confronted addiction, I realize I too have failed Harmony in the past. But the safety nets in place that were supposed to protect Harmony during my battle, including DCYF and law enforcement, failed my little girl. Battling addiction is common in this country. Recovery is less common. But I took the necessary steps to do that. Once I did recover, I kicked and screamed against the legal challenges to find out where Harmony was and if she was safe. Both DCYF and police failed to answer me during those periods. Today, they wish to minimize that. I've been honest about my past. Are they?
Burn.
And that was to Brian. And he said, Harmony Montgomery's mother, Crystal, sent me the statement. She said she kicked and screamed trying to find out where Harmony was, but the Manchester police and DCYF failed to answer me during those periods. Um, and he says that she's always open to give a statement, to talk. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, she'll talk to anybody. Like,
yeah,
don't go real life and like harass her, but if anyone like Duty Ron, he's been talking about the case, Chasing Truth. Like, just reach out to her on Facebook. She's very, very open. And I feel like if she actually did have anything nefarious to do with her disappearance, she would not be so forthcoming. Whereas
yeah,
Daddy Dickhead is clamming up
yeah, and
like Fraze.
yeah, she's really open, and there is an email that we could talk about tomorrow or whenever we get to go live that has been, like I said, has been released. Um, I'm just trying to find like the really important stuff. There's actually video cam of them walking up to the door, and that was a Manchester PD police. I don't know what date this was on though. All right, play
That
this.
was yeah. Oh, it's our girl Ashley
Thursday.
Banfield.
The house that got searched, I think that was Harmony's. Oh, wait, whose house was that? Was the house Harmony was last in, right? That got searched.
Yeah, it's the house in
Yeah,
Manchester that had like the
yeah,
majority of the calls.
yeah. It was their old residence. Hi, Top Cop,
Yeah,
Raquel.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Right, right. Sorry.
A second arrest in the Harmony Montgomery case. This time it is the stepmother of that little girl. Kayla Montgomery is
Oof.
charged with welfare fraud for allegedly hauling in 2 years of food
Frauds.
stamps money, all while little Harmony was missing. Police say Kayla and her then husband, Adam Montgomery, were claiming Harmony as a dependent, even though the 7-year-old
Can you mute
wasn't
this for one
living with
second?
them.
Sorry.
Kayla told police last week.
Sapphire, she did try to get in touch with her multiple times. Adam would either block her, say she's not allowed, and she tried to go to the police in both states. She tried to go to Child Protective Services. She sent emails. They wouldn't take her seriously. She really did
She
try
didn't go in
though.
depth into it either. Like this is my sleuthery that I've done is she literally something that I would do is you get in your car and you fucking drive around. Like put your hat on, dark of night. Where the fuck you at? And she's just driving around. And so she's from a completely different state. And she was going out on like she like did a Ben verified or whatever, trying to like reach out to people looking for past addresses because she wasn't getting anywhere with the DCF dickheads. She wasn't getting anywhere with the cops from Mass or New Hampshire. So she's like, you know what? Fuck you guys. And they have like no family on either side, really. Like you would think that she could reach out to mom-in-law or, you know, Adam's sister or the mutual friend, anyone. No, he isolates everybody that he's with, including the Kayla lady. But she tried. She tried as much as a person in active recovery. Like she probably shouldn't have been driving, and she was riding dirty, like trying to just like see like if she recognized his car in a person's house. Like she actually contacted all the schools in like certain towns in New Hampshire too, like trying to see if she was enrolled in any school, and she was going to show up at the school, even though like on paper, legally, she's not a parent anymore to this child. So if Adam wanted to be a dickhead, which it seems like he is, he could turn around and be like, "Oh, what, Harmony? You just told me that mommy came and like brought you a teddy
Yeah.
bear at school today. Boop, boop, boop. Excuse me, officer. My cunt ex-wife just violated or whatever order I put in place." Like he could do anything.
And you
So
know, they would take that more seriously than they took her claims of, you know, not being able to find the child and all that. That's the really fucked up part about it. They would take her claims more seriously. Like or they would take his claims more seriously about that than they took his the claims about her being missing. I think it's fucked up. The ambitious crafter, I misunderstood your question. I'm sorry. Yes. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry. You can push play. I just wanted to address
yeah,
that.
that's a good thing. We only barely touched on well, this is Uncle Kevin's thing that I'm about to play, but I believe her name is Helena, the ambitious crafter, from my little research I've done. But I think it was in the grandmother's name, and yeah, he like ruined the house, and that's why Kevin was able to talk to the cops. Obviously, cops could just tell him the same thing that they were telling Crystal, like, get the fuck out of here, like, who cares about your complaints? But
Mhm.
maybe saying, like, no, my family owns this house, so maybe that gave them some leeway. Pressing
Yeah,
play.
so the grandma's name's Helena. Okay.
During those 2 years, she believed Harmony was living with her biological mother, Crystal Sorey. Kayla believed that because she says back in November
I might have to speed it up a
2019,
little.
when
Hold
she
on.
was still living, reason Adam was arrested
We
on
want
Tuesday.
Kevin.
He's charged with second-degree assault, interference with custody, and endangering the welfare of a child. So far, he has refused to tell police where his daughter might be. And as of right now, the last time anyone has seen Harmony was during a police visit to her home, a wellness check back in October of 2019.
Mhm.
Adam's uncle, Kevin Montgomery, was worried about Harmony after seeing her with a black eye. He alerted the police that Harmony might be in danger back then. And Kevin Montgomery joins me live now. Kevin, thank you so much for being with me tonight. First, right out of the gate, have you had any updates at all from police or family members on Harmony's whereabouts?
None.
Nothing at all? No one sharing
No.
any information with you?
Nope.
So
No.
tell me, what made you initially call the police on your nephew, on Adam? What was it that got you so worried?
So I won't get into details, but there was just things that raised an alarm with me, and I called the authorities. And I'll just be clear, I love the police. They're doing everything they can. First and foremost, DSS, or Family and Children's Services, failed my niece here. And that's why we're here today. If they listened in the first place, this wouldn't be happening. And my niece is out there. She has family that love her, aunts and uncles and grandmothers and great grandmothers and grandfathers. And yeah, we just want her home. And I don't like the public. If you can't help the situation, please don't distract from what the people that are trying to help are doing.
Right?
The words, the viciousness. Everybody wants to be in this story but me. I want to be as far away from this story as I possibly can. But I can't. I have to be my niece's voice. And I'll stay as relentless as long as my body will take, as much as it will take. I know there's a lot of support out there, but there's a lot of aggressiveness. And just back off.
Kevin, can I ask you if you've had
Not to be a judgy judgerton, but the ambitious crafter in the chat, I think he looks tense, but I think she might be trying to hint at something else, maybe more specific to you, because you know more about
Yeah,
To
he
me,
doesn't look
he looks like he's Bergen.
yeah, he kind of looks like he's jonesing a little bit, to be honest. And
Yeah.
he's just like really tense, and he doesn't want to be in the story, and he just doesn't look well. Well, I mean, I don't want to be judgy either, but
I don't think, I'm not trying to say either that that's what the ambitious crafter was saying either, but I guess I'm just speaking for sorry, but that's what I took of it. And
mhm.
just the rubbing of the hands and having the long closed blink that Bombshell
Uh-huh.
Reloaded does.
Yeah, he's so oh
Um,
my god, so tense. Like, look at him. He's like tense, and he's kind of like he's stopping himself from rocking almost.
but I mean,
But I
it
understand his niece is
it
missing
speaks
and trying to feel.
volumes.
Oh
Speaks
God.
volumes that he did call, like, at the expense of maybe he knew, maybe he didn't, but at the expense of now Adam like hates him, cut him off just like he did Crystal, and further police reports after he did this, Adam like tells the cops like, oh yeah, it's my uncle, he's fucking harassing me, like lying, obviously, like he's just like worried about the little girl. Like, you told me that you bashed her around the house and she had a black eye, like, and he's not, he's family, he's not just a person on the street.
I'm gonna be totally honest, and I have 11 years clean, right? But if this happened to me, I can't tell you. Fuck, I'd be like, give me all the medicine you can or whatever. Like, that's a lot of pressure weight to carry. As like, I did what I could, but you would always feel like, what if I could have done something else? Like, you know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
Hooked. I want to know why. Like, I will you explain why you think that? Because he did call, but I mean, I guess he went there and tried to take her, but they had door cams and shit. I
Hook,
don't
you
think he would have
better
gone
done
that
your
far.
research like I have, saying statements like that, because I see motherfuckers like you on Twitter and on Facebook like, shame on the mom for doing blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up. Press and play.
Oh
You've
my
had a
God.
chance to talk with Adam, who is, again, he's your nephew, and Harmony is your grand.
If you're just as guilty, you're not going on Ashley motherfucking Banfield's show. You're not calling DCF and reporting your own like blood relative. You're not doing those things. You're crawling in a hole and hiding.
niece. But have you had a chance to talk with Adam since he's been arrested, or even within the days around his arrest?
I haven't talked to him in years.
Tell me about that.
I kind of want to keep the focus on Harmony here, please. I don't want to. That's my concern. The justice system, whatever happens, all that will take its course. I'm here to try to raise awareness of money with my GoFundMe page, and
What?
I just want to stick the focus on Harmony. I don't want this story to die. I don't want it to fizzle out. I want to talk about finding Harmony. Anyone out there that has seen Harmony, it doesn't matter if it was 6 months ago, 6 weeks ago, anything will help. Any information, any. Just imagine if it was your daughter, your niece, your granddaughter. People know. Someone knows. Someone knows something. Someone saw something.
So, Kevin, let me ask you, because there is so little information and because Harmony has been missing for so long,
That rain's
the
putting
only
me to
thing anyone
sleep.
has to go on is what was happening right up until the time
I know,
that
right?
Harmony
Damn.
disappeared. And so that's why some of these questions are as uncomfortable as they are, they're necessary. In the police affidavit, you were very informative about some of the things that had happened to little Harmony before she went missing. And it was just heartbreaking to read the details that Harmony had been, I think one of the quotes is bashed around the house by Adam, that she'd been forced to clean a toilet with a toothbrush, and that she'd been forced to stand in the corner for hours, to the point where she wet herself. And then there are big redactions.
This is all fucked up, and yeah, we're gonna need to do another one. There's so much other shit that we're not even getting to, but
Yeah, I mean, look, it is normal to say like, where is the because like, okay, in my family, this is just my example. In my family, if there was something like that going on, my grandma and my uncle and my aunts would be over here taking my kid, like getting the kids, and then worrying about beating my ass, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like it. So I do understand where people are like, where was the family? I do believe that they felt like they were doing all that they could, though, at the time. They didn't see this as an outcome. Um, I see both sides of the coin because I did think like, damn, my grandma, her 80-year-old sick ass would have my uncle driving her over here,
I will fight you. I will fight you right
beat,
now.
beating me up.
Come
Like,
to
I'm
my
not
computer,
kidding.
and I will fight you, you stupid dummy.
I like Hook. Don't be mean.
I know we're playing, right, Hucked? Drop those fucking all caps. Getting a little aggressive in the chat. Continue.
God. Hook, do you want to come up? I don't think Hook's ever been on a panel. But seriously though, my family would be like, okay, bitch, like you are going to get some fucking help, all right? And they would have my best friend here, my grandma, my uncles, like they'd be over here, like taking my kids, then worrying about getting some some order, and they wouldn't even give a fuck. So I do understand that everybody's like, um, where was the family? This, that, and the other. Like, but I also understand that they did what they thought that they could, and they got cut off. Like, if you question this dude, you got cut the fuck off. There was no, um,
We're gonna come back to this because what the fuck is that GoFundMe for? That's my only reserve. Uncle Kevin was a hero to me that could do no wrong until I just heard him. I've listened to this like at least 3 times. You know me, I'm a psycho, and I have to re-listen to things. And I was like, "What?" when I heard him say it. He's
yeah,
like,
people in
I
the
gotta
chat were
GoFundMe. It's
asking.
like, wait, what are you talking about with that though? So I will be down in a hole tonight.
Yeah, people in the chat were saying, I think it was Crafter said he had to go fund me, and I didn't hear that either. Just because I was zooming through stuff today while I was doing the dishes. He has to go fund me. Oh, Pugs Washington said the same thing. I like the Uncle Ty heard him plug the GoFundMe. Um, no, I do
It
believe
just
that he.
dirties it. It dirties it. But you know what, Kev? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt
Oh my god. Yeah.
until we hit end live stream and I go digging on your ass, and I will come back whenever we get our shit together, and I will either clear your name or condemn you to hell. Pressing play.
Okay.
Big black marks all through some of the things that you told the police. Can you fill in what those blanks are, Kevin? What were the other things that you said that have been blacked out?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't know what's blackout. I never seen those reports. I know what I said in the reports, and I stand that I said what I said. And I don't wanna mess up this investigation by giving out too much information. The police are working their tails off. I know they are. I talk to them often.
Stop kissing the cops' asses. That's another thing I just picked up on. Other than that GoFundMe, are you patting their buttocks because you don't want to get in trouble for something that you might have done? Pressing play.
And yeah, I talk to them often about any way I can help. Or any details I can remember, we try to go over. And it's just heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking.
Kevin, can I ask, in some of the history that we've been reading through and trying to piece together this mystery, you called the police in July of 2019 because you'd seen Harmony with a black eye. And then it's my understanding, was it you that called the police in October, just a couple months later? And if that was you, what was the circumstance that led to that call?
Correct. So that call it was my mother's house, and we wanted to go there and get some things that my mother wanted to retrieve and to...
Not to be conflated. So what I just took from that is, look at his face. It kind of just made it sound like, oh yeah, I'm clouded now by the GoFundMe. I wish he didn't. This is why when you do a GoFundMe and you're doing it for the right reasons, and it's a very sensitive, fluid situation, you do not have somebody that is like Uncle Kev, whether he's on drugs or not. He is related directly to Harmony. He is a family member, and he is also related through his actions, like his prior actions. So he called, made the report. It's on paper. He's not lying about that. And he didn't say, I'm calling because my mother owns the house and fucking we want to get our shit out of there before he gets kicked. He made that call out of concern for her, and that's where all those stories originate from, is from things that they were told about the toothbrush, toilet bowl washing, and the black eye and everything.
Oh, yeah, before you push play. Yes, this is the uncle that all the abuse stories come from, and she was 5, supposed to be watching her little brother while they were in the bathroom doing God knows what for God knows how long. All right, I have had younger kids. I couldn't imagine being like, "You watch that kid while I go in the bathroom for however long this takes me." And then when they don't do it correctly, like making them wash the toilet with their toothbrush. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So I mean, he is a hero in some ways. Like he is the one that is saying, yes, there was abuse. Yes, this was bad. I made calls. Um, yeah, that's bad. I know, ambitious crafter. I think Kimmy's going to look into that tonight.
I am, and also Hooked. Thank you for addressing me as Miss Kimmy. Making a few calls. So as soon as he made that first call to DCF, after he talked to him, was like, "Oh, that's fucked up." Adam, like, calls DCF, reports it, hard block, like, you're blocked, so you can't really do too much more. He did make other calls, which we will have to get to in round 2. Hit and play.
Check on the kids. And when we got there, we had to get
Shout out to motherfucking Nerdy Addict on Twitter. See this handle? Just put the little @ sign in front of it. You don't even have to. Just like search on Twitter. Even if you don't Twitter, I'm not a twatter person. You
Wait,
just
wait. Sorry.
what?
Bridget. Um, Bridget knows the family. And she said, don't
Holy
trust
shit!
Uncle Kev. The whole family is trash. Believe me. Oh my
Fuck!
God.
Get up here, girl. We're gonna do a round 2.
Oh my God. Do you want to come up and do like a round 2, or we could do it on your panel or whatever? Boston Bridget girl, do you want to do a round 2 with us?
Or
I don't
just
know. We're
talk
just
to
like,
me in an email. I know you don't do Discord and shit, but can you hit me
I
up in an
have her on,
email at least for
I have her,
fuck's sake?
I have her on TikTok too. So
You bitch, she's in bed.
not tonight, but like another day. Not right now. We're not doing round 2 tonight, but that's probably a
I was
different
saying
day.
we need JMac, but we also need Bridgie on here too.
Yeah, she
Because a
knows the
little birdie
family.
told me that you know the family, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. We should plan something. I would love to hear about the family,
I didn't want to name drop or nothing, but
yeah, the uncle's bad news. Damn. All right, push play.
I'm a fucking gullible Gus right now. Shit.
to get a police escort.
Oh, but this guy on Twitter, I missed it, but it's Nerdy Addict. You don't have to do the underscore, any special bullshit. He does a ton of not what we're looking at here, but he does a ton of drone footage over when they have the tarps out and the little pipe thingies that melt because the ground is like 5 degrees. It's winter. It's cold as fuck. And whatever they were looking for, they had to thaw the ground. So let your mind play with that. But the drone footage is awesome. And other than drone footage, he has, I don't know who that person is, but he talks with like Brian Enton. And I think he's actually a Bostonian, the Nerdy Addict man. Pressing play. Follow him on Twitter.
When we got there to go in and get some of the things.
Can you tell me why and what it was that was so concerning that you would need a police escort to enter the home?
There was just conflict there. We had a falling out for whatever transpired previous to that. And so just the safest way for no issues was to just get someone there that can mediate the situation.
So in that visit with the police escort, did you see Harmony and did you see what condition she was in?
Shut up, Bridget.
I did. She looked timid, but that's all I could say on that. I only got a brief look at her.
And was that the last time any other family member that you know of saw her?
At least my immediate family. I'm not sure about his other side of the family. I'm not sure. My immediate family on my side of the family, yes.
Did Harmony say anything to you
So that's
on that last visit
Jameson.
when you last saw her 2 years ago?
The little brother.
That might have been an indication that things were really bad in that home?
No, she didn't say nothing.
Jump off the fucking Tobin Bridge.
Was she allowed to talk
Gotta tell
to you?
Hook sorry.
I'm not sure. I didn't see
Round 2 hooked. Your time to shine
anything
might
to be
come.
said for her not to talk to me. I'm not sure.
I
And
was
Kevin,
rooting
what
for
was
you,
the
Kev.
condition of the home? What did
Fuck.
it look like when you went in there? This is the home where, this little child was last living at 5 years old.
That rain, man. I listen to rain sounds at night,
just,
not fucking right now.
It wasn't well at all.
Go.
Yeah, I would rather not comment.
I know this is difficult for you. I know these questions are tough. I think everyone who's watching.
All right, shut up. So, I don't feel comfortable playing his ass no more. To be continued with Uncle Kev. And I guess the rest of the shit show and poor Harmony.
Yeah, well, okay. Are you like
I didn't even know they had a GoFundMe, and I already mod for Diane and don't I mean, I don't even go in Natasha's chats, but we're already known as scammies over here, so I don't want to fucking. This is like strictly dictly. It's a little girl that reminds me of my daughter, and she's missing in my state, and she used to live in the state that I used to live in, and
Right.
I'm very passionate about it.
Yeah,
And I thought of Uncle Kev as like Maura Murray's dad, like Fred, like he's like a straight shooter, like reminds me of my dad a little bit, but if my dad wasn't on like Percocet, I don't fucking know. I'm probably just being really mean right now. We need Bridgie and J Mac to keep it real, keep it 100.
Yeah,
obviously I'm too gullible.
Me too. Like I was kind of feeling bad for Uncle Kevin. Then I do remember her saying that now because I was listening to like something. But
well, I thought that, but I didn't want to be a judgy judgerton. And when I already forget her name. Not that she's not important. Ambitious Crafter said, "Oh, Amanda, like, are you picking up what I'm farting? Are you smelling what I'm farting?" And you were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "No, I think she's thinking this. Like, he's like burging out. Like, he's like the long eye pause. Like,
yes, he's either
rubbing his hands together. He's either jonesing or he's like feeling pretty good."
Yeah, right. I mean, I think okay. So for me, this case, like I don't know Uncle Kev. Like that's the one part I dug a lot into Uncle Kev, but I don't know. Like I need to know like his background. Well, obviously Bridget's helping with that, but for me, this case is like all of us as like moms or even just women, if you don't have kids, like so many people dropped the ball on this case, and that's why it's like. I wanted to talk about it. It's just fascinating, scary, and sad all at once that a kid can go.
I'm almost angry that Amanda got me into this, like brought it to my attention. And I'm sure that she regrets it too, because I have been up her ass every day.
No, I'm excited because I've been like, I wanted to talk about it, and like Stephanie's been sick, so it's like perfect. Like, there's so much to it, though. It's gonna be one of those fucking Wells, Chris Watts cases where everybody don't know what the fuck, don't shut up about it for 5 years and gonna burn us out on it, though. You know.
The GoFundMe is for a reward, allegedly. So there is, hold up, there is a legit reward, but it's through the Manchester PD, and it's up to like 140 thou now.
Yeah,
I checked like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, Hook said the GoFundMe is for the reward allegedly, but yeah, there's a reward fund. I wouldn't be. I learned my lesson on like if you want to donate, just donate to the fucking GoFundMe, okay?
But usually the so did he start? Let's not speculate. I'll do some more digging tonight. Some better digging than I have been. I was just doing the prelim stuff, like trying to cover all the bases, who's who, what's what. Doing a couple Facebook groups.
Oh, I joined a million Facebook groups. Like, I've been digging into this, but I've been like busy in my real life too, so it's been hard. But today, I got time tonight. Like, I still got a couple more hours that I can dig, and then I guess I could put the video. I did like a TikTok video of the police report, like one of the or the incident report from this, but I could share that and then I'll make a short little
Ash,
video. So
don't make me have to go through this chat and delete
bye,
all
Bridget.
of Bridget's comments so she won't be associated with us. Trash over here. Yonder.
Trash over here. Okay, the GoFundMe started on 1-3. Uh, all right. Well, we will be back. I don't know. Probably tomorrow sometime. Maybe we could do it earlier. Like I don't know. I know both of us are like it's hard to do early, or we'll just see you at this time and fuck it. Who knows? But we'll definitely. We still have a lot to go through, and get to making that video right now. So,
Okay, Hucked, I'm
guys.
sorry. And okay, I'll give you like a better. I'll start off tomorrow's stream with I'm sorry, Hooked on Phonics works for me.
You better be here, Hooked, because I'll have the no rewind on and you won't see this shit. So, all right. Thank you guys for coming. I'm logging off now. Bye. Thanks, Kymmy. Bye, guys.
Bye.